Brooks Brothers sits in between the better area of the market and the luxury area of the market. Better from a value perspective in terms of the value that we provide, the price-quality equation that we provide for our customers, and luxury in terms of the fashion, the styling, the experience that we provide to our customers.
At Brooks Brothers, we think we have a pretty unique position in the market. We're a premium brand. We're a premium retailer. Our vision is to be the premier global lifestyle destination for ladies and gentlemen of every generation.
When you look at other specialty stores, they don't necessarily have, in most cases, they don't have an alteration shop, they don't have commissioned associates, and they really don't provide the level of customer interaction that we do at Brooks Brothers. So I see us being very unique in the space that we hold in the market. I think as we move forward at Brooks Brothers, one of our key opportunities is really going to be in delivery and execution in terms of what we deliver to our customer, continuing to surprise and delight our customer, and really understanding who our customer is and what's important to our customer. And I think that will really tee us up to be successful.
Well, the efforts or the journey over the last, I would say, 4, 5, 6 years have been to begin the process, which is a huge transformational change for this organization, to move from a tops-down command and control culture to a bottoms-up culture. And that change, we're probably right in the midst of that change today. We began this dialogue with our store managers at the time about this vision for moving from this command and control culture where we had store managers who really were focused primarily on operations and execution to making the transition to entrepreneurial leaders who were basically CEOs of their own business. We believed then, as we do now, that there is huge power in that and the ability to have the opportunity to leverage a large organization like Brooks Brothers, but operate on a localized level as if we were a local store or a mom and pop, and to have that ability to tailor the experience and the assortment and the outreach in that store to that specific market. What that vision looked like, started 5 years ago. Early on, as we got into that journey, what became very, very clear was, while the CEOs were very excited about that proposition and a little fearful maybe of what that meant, what became very, very apparent was the cry out for training and development, and that they did not feel equipped with the learning tools, resources, skill sets, capabilities that they would need to be able to make this transition. Because in most traditional retail organizations, you don't grow up with that kind of training. You grow up to be an operational executor and take your direction from a corporate entity versus really driving your own business. So I think that's how we ended up with what became the seeds of CEOU.
CEOU, in my opinion, is the primary vehicle around which we are localizing the store and maximizing the opportunities that each store has in its given market. It's an all-encompassing program. Sometimes I describe it as a 2-week intensive executive MBA specifically designed around store managers. And what we're trying to do is arm the store managers with the tools, skills, and behaviors so that they can act as CEOs of their own store and have a much greater control of their destiny than I think almost any retail organization gives its store managers. All of the store managers are together in the class, and usually a third of the class are corporate partners who are also there to help, one to learn, but also to help guide the store managers in their areas of expertise.
The magnitude, as we started to lay out what was going to be needed to help support our store CEOs in this transition, the magnitude of that was, I think, beyond our ability to even comprehend supporting from an internal point of view, in terms of the resources needed to do that. And then secondarily, I think it was, even if we could bring the resources to bear, we would never be able to bring the level of quality that our partnership provided to be able to bring, the best of the best out there into a Brooks Brothers environment and provide in tandem with our own resources a really tailored program that delivered the level of quality that CEOU did.
The collaboration that we've had with the Center for Executive Development has really been truly collaborative. Our subject matter experts bring ideas to the table as well as our external professors. And we really talk about, what's important to Brooks Brothers, why that piece of information may not be so relevant, what other information would be relevant. So it's truly been a collaborative effort between our subject matter experts and the professors.
The combination of having an outside instructor to do the teaching and to make sure the students in the class are getting the most out of the learning, combined with one of our own in-house experts to kind of be, level 1, level 2 support where the question gets very deep and very Brooks specific, has been really successful. And I think the attendees in the class all really appreciate having both of those perspectives.
The impact that the professor group has had really has been quite profound in that the professors have been very open and willing to share beyond the classroom, which the store managers may not have always taken advantage of, but they know that they are available should they go back and start to put some of the things they've learned into practical use and need a little bit more coaching. So that's been really helpful for our store managers. And I think our store managers have felt as though the professors are very relevant to some of the struggles and opportunities that they have each day, and the material that is covered in CEOU really helps them.
Almost to a person, I've seen real evolution in the store managers as they go through. They think about their business differently, they think about their customers differently, they think about their associates differently. They feel that they are much more empowered to make decisions to be successful in their business and in their careers, with their customers and with the communities that they serve.
Are hearing some of the early outcomes through our Great Place to Work survey. The outcomes of just, again, the recognition of the value of that training. The fact that we got feedback in that survey that, which you don't see often in this kind of survey, that our store associates really feel that their store managers care about them and are interested in what they have to say and want them to be a part of building the business together. That to me is a huge win, because I don't think we would have seen that feedback from our associates if we hadn't made that investment. We've also seen, preliminarily some very positive results in those stores in terms of their comp performance, this year to last year performance, as a group versus those who have, not gone through the CEO program. And that swing is, at this point, a couple of points, which is really, for the early stages that we're in, very, very encouraging and truly a bright spot in terms of that performance.
About halfway through the class, or earlier this spring, we did a comparison of stores who had gone through CEOU and stores who had not gone through CEOU. And we had about 50% of our stores in each camp. And we wanted to know the answers to that very question. Are we getting results? And the answer was a resounding yes. We found that the comp store sales growth was dramatically higher in the stores that had gone through CEOU versus the stores who had not. And we found that their four-wall profit and their four-wall contribution was also higher than the balance of the stores.
If that's the tip of the iceberg, then, heaven only knows what we have in front of us in terms of the positive impact that this will have over the next 3 or 4 years.